So we move on to a six-woman tag match. Stars is Hanan, Hazuki, and Mayu Iwatani taking on God's Eyes, Ami Sohrei, Mirai, and Syuri. So me and Mel had a little. She messaged me last night when she was watching this and sent me a picture. So I'm gonna click to the next one and get the picture of God's Eye. So I'm gonna let Mel
Look at
take
that
it from here.
picture. Look how triumphant and just glorious that picture looks. They've got their posing and everything, but I could not unsee this. As soon as I saw this, the first thing I thought is it is the Powerpuff Girls. Like and like in perfect order, they're from left to right. Like Mirai is in blue. She's the bubbly cute one, perpetually smiling. You got Suri in the middle as the leader who goes between those bouts of seriousness but also animation that Blossom is known for going through. And then you got Miss Broody and Green on the end there. Like it is literally the Powerpuff Girls. You cannot tell me
Oh,
otherwise.
no, I get you because you messaged me and I was watching. So I watched the showcase show, the 26 show this morning, and that's all I could think when the three of them were in there was Jesus Christ of the Powerpuff Girls.
Dun, 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 dun. Bum, bum, ba-da-na-na-na. That should be their new theme song. Suri, switch it up. That's what I want to hear when you guys come out now. It's the
Oh,
main
we'll,
theme.
we'll talk. We'll talk about theme songs on the 26th, but let's get through this
Whew.
one.
Oh yeah.
Really great match.
Yeah.
I absolutely love Hanan, my Hazuki, and Iwatani as a trio. These three really work together strong. And again, I think it's the fact that stars, no matter who you put together, especially when Mayu is in there, Mayu and Hanan, no matter who the third is, they do that wheelbarrow face buster. They have their moves that this team, that like especially Hanan and Mayu Utami, whoever they bring in from stars works with them. They all know the moves they got to do together.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And even you even see it when you have when you had classmates together. They did the triple drop kick. They did that face busters. Excuse me, that face buster slam together. It's like
mm-hmm,
Stars has a collective unit move set, which I
mm-hmm,
absolutely love.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It shows unification for the faction, 100%. Yeah.
And Syuri kicking Hanan in the back. Ah,
Oh, I
like
mean,
you
she
got to
did
remember.
ask for it.
Yeah, no, that was Saki on the second night, on the third night. No, but when
They all
she got
asked for it.
maybe she did, but I don't remember. But when she kicks her, because you got to remember, this girl is an ex UFC fighter. When she kicks, when she punches, that shit is lethal. So like, oh,
I
Jesus.
mean, we have watched her kick Natsupoi inside out before.
Yeah. In
Yeah.
the end, Syuri gets the Suzaku, which is a hammerlock head triangle armbar, on Hanan and gets the win.
And what a crazy freaking move that is. Like, she gets into it and she gets that crazy look on her face, too. Like, it's almost like borderline show how
Yeah.
crazy it kind of looks. And, but like, man, does it add to the intensity of the move? I've said it before, I say it again. I love Suri without the belt. Without that responsibility or accountability of having that belt, she is really coming out of her shell for me, and I am absolutely living for it. Um, yeah, Mayu's kicks though also pretty vicious in this match, but like I had noted, Mayu's kicks are vicious. Suri's I think are a lot more
Mm.
vicious though. Really also enjoyed Mirai's start at the beginning of this one with Mayu, the two of them having a really great kind of wrestling back and forth. Um, really loved that. Other than that, that's all I got on here. I also just got I mentioned the MMA background of Suri, that transition where she transitioned into that finish was very reminiscent of Zack Saber Jr. for me, where he just slithers around someone looking for the right thing that's going to be that hook, line, and sinker. That's very much how Suri got into that final submission. She started in one place, kind of transitioned into something else after a few seconds, then another thing, and then finally ending up in that one. I really like that, just because it's for me a great combination of professional wrestling and that MMA background.
Oh, very much so. And Saber has trained MMA. That's the thing. He has done, like, he's never competed, but he
Mhm,
has trained with a lot of MMA guys,
mhm.
learned the wrestling, learned the transition, learned BJJ. He's learned it. So, like, he has a similar
Yeah,
training
oh yeah,
style to her. So
100%.
you see it, and I love both of them the way they do that.
It'd be super intelligent for an MMA person to train with Zack Sabre Jr., my goodness.
No, Saber to train with MMA people is what I'm
But
saying.
like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It would be intelligent for the MMA guys to train with Zack Sabre Jr.
Hmm. But we move on to the
One
main
thing or
event.
two.
Moving on to the main event in the evening, it's Queen's Quest Azumi, Lady C, Saya Kamitani, Utami Hayashishita, taking on my favorite, Donna Del Mondo's Giulia, Himeka, Maika, and my Sakurai. Kate, you were saying that you love seeing Syuri without the belt because he doesn't have the responsibility.
Hmm.
I think I'm seeing a very different champion in Giulia in the
Hmm.
sense that she has the title, she has the responsibility, but you see her in some of these matches and she doesn't. You don't feel like. I think it was a big part of it was the character of Suri that really
Hmm.
forced her to be who she was as champion. Where
Okay.
Giulia doesn't have that seriousness, or not, like, isn't as like serious of a character as Suri is in that sense. So her kind of she still carries herself as a champion, but she
Hmm.
allows herself to get into weird spots with people in matches that
Hmm.
you wouldn't normally see Suri would doing when she was champion. I see it a little more. She's a little more free as champion than what Suri was. Again, you know what I mean? She still has to carry herself.
Yeah, I understand what you mean entirely. It's almost like Julia. I don't want to make it sound like she's just not serious, but it's almost like she doesn't take herself too seriously.
Yeah.
And she's able to put herself. I feel like maybe the word is range. She's got a lot more range, maybe
Mm-hmm.
more dynamic. Um, but yes, as I haven't noticed the same thing with Julia. She's almost done the same thing that Suri has doing. It's like before the two of them were very moody and broody, and then they had their match, and Suri became or Julia became champion, and they've both become these like over the top, charismatic, animated
Mm-hmm.
women. So it's like that switch was meant to happen. It was
Very,
serendipitously meant to
very
happen.
much. Very much.
Yeah. Getting into this one though, how dramatic were all of the intros?
I
Like
skipped them.
everyone was
I
in
skipped
their
them.
best.
I skipped them.
What's that?
I skip most intros.
Oh, well, everyone was in their absolute best. They were in their nice jackets. Everyone was like Utami, I believe, carried out the Queen's Quest flag. Like it was very I said dramatic. It was very over the top. We're used to this kind of for Stardom. They can be pretty lengthy sometimes. Like the intros are as long as the matches, um, which I'm not going to complain about because man, it is entertaining as heck and kind of pulls everything together. But I think it was kind of like in connection with Himeka kind of announcing her retirement. This is going to be one of the last times these girls are all going to kind of be interacting in the
Mhm.
combinations that they are. So I definitely appreciated the over dramaticness of the beginning of this match. Um, Lady C and my Sakurai starting this one off with the newbies, so to speak, and choosing as Lady C was actually like, "Oh, I want you. No, I want you. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go." It was a really fun start. I really enjoyed the combination of charisma of all eight of these women. They clearly work well together. Clearly good
Mhm.
friends. Um, Mike is amazing. Nothing else to add to that. Just Mike is amazing. um, the faction suplex, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all eight of these women are all kind of grabbing each other. I honestly was not surprised with who ended up taking over that. I mean, just I gotta say, you got the world champion, you got Himeka, you got Maika, and even my Sakurai. Very, very. What's the word? She's
Dominant.
deceptively strong for her diminutive size. um, I'm not surprised DDM was able to overpower the much I'm going to say a little bit smaller team of Queen's Quest. Not to take away from Kamitani or Azumi, they are both also deceptively strong for their size. But when you got Maika and Hemika, I mean, my Hemi, former goddess of Stardom Champions. Um, Himeka and Lady C squaring off for the end of this match. Andre, I felt this was a very inappropriate end to this match with these two really just kind of trading back and forth. Himeka really trying to put Lady C down. Lady
Mm,
C refusing many a times, showing that resiliency that we have both come to love with her. But in the end, Himeka picking up that dominant win over her Triangle Derby like
partner.
teammate here. What do you
Yeah,
think about this one? Because I felt it
that
was really fun.
that ending was great because like she got her up in the corner and just that running power bomb and just stack pinned her. And like just the pure power of that running power bomb was absolutely phenomenal. Like this whole match was good. Lady C
Hmm.
getting some really great spots in this, I found. Like
Hmm.
I really like this match. Uh, she got like no, it wasn't this match. I was thinking there's that one she was dealing with spin in another match. I'm going to bring it up. It's not written down here, so it's not this match. But again, really good match. But what I really pointed out, I'm looking for is the after match is DDM like pulling Lady C over to their side and Queen's Quest coming over and like no, pull her back. So like I've said, I think Lady C could end up in Donna Del Mondo. So I
Hmm.
think now it's going to be a fight between the two factions of them each trying to convince Lady C to be on their side. Because
Hmm.
remember, Lady C was left out in the cold in the from Queen's Quest with part of the Goddess tournament and the trios because she was forced to team with DDM team
Hmm.
for the trios. And she was forced to team with Mai Sakurai for the
Hmm.
Goddess tournament. So you can kind of see from that point, maybe because there's a camaraderie with DDM now. So there, you
Hmm.
never know what could happen here.
Yeah, and I remember when I first started watching, Lady C hadn't actually hadn't actually joined a faction yet. Her Waka as well as my Sakurai were still kind of up in the air on where they were going. And I remember there was a backstage segment when they were still kind of doing those, where Maika was like, talking with Lady C and been like, you haven't decided where you want to go. You've been kind of going with us, you've been going with Queen's Quest. Who are you going to choose? We've been training with you, we've been working with you. Maybe like Waka, maybe Lady C made the wrong choice in where she decided to end up. And Stardom is that company that has those faction changing matches. We saw it with Starlight Kid going from Stars to Oedo Tai, Momo Watanabe going again from Queen's Quest to Oedo Tai. They will do these matches where they'll switch members. I think you might be onto something. We might be on to seeing another match of this where maybe Lady C is the trophy. Oh, how terrible does that sound?
I was about to say that doesn't sound very like good if you think about it,
I
but
mean, depends on the company you're in, I guess. I wouldn't mind being a trophy if someone wants to hoist me up over their head.
I don't think anybody could hoist me. That's the other thing.
Aw, Andre.
oh,
I mean, maybe Lance Archer.
maybe or Brian Cage, maybe I guess, but I don't want to be hoisted by either of those two people.
Are you
Uh,
sure?
maybe Micah could
Hey, I mean, she threw Tanahashi. Why not?
or Ida.
Hey, Ida, Ida, Ida.
Oh.
Oh, what a day. What a day.